This is a Roblox game called Hellmet. Interesting word choice, but fitting since this game is hell. There's lots of combat in this game. Is the combat any good? Well, I mean, it's mediocre at best. Hellmet. What is it? Well, it's amazing. Probably the best Roblox game on the entire platform for many reasons and only a couple of things wrong with it. To make this video coherent and not take up too much time, I'll split it into 3 sections: gameplay, story, and the problems with the game. Just for clarification, I'm only going to talk about the first level. It's not that the other levels are too long, it's just that I don't have any footage and I personally don't like them. So, without further ado, Hellmet, the game. So, I ask again, Hellmet, what is it? It is a close quarters combat action game that is so polished and well developed I wouldn't be surprised if it showed up on the Steam homepage for $8. Developed by Mikado Studios, this is a truly fulfilled game. Although it's been in open alpha since forever, it's still receiving updates, but whether those are just bug fixes or not, I have no clue. Now, throughout the game, it's heavily implied that the countries and languages aren't real, but I'm going to talk about all of that later. I mention that because I just want you to remember while playing this game, this is not real. I know that sounds obvious, but I mean that you are not SEAL Team 1, these are not Middle Eastern soldiers, and I'm still going to make those jokes. When you boot up, and immediately, you are treated to an awesome intro and decent menu. There's even a shop to customize your crosshair. There are only 3 maps: a hospital, a spice plant, and a suburb. In the beginning, there's a loadout menu designed as a computer desktop.
Hey, that's pretty good.
The loadout has many weapons and equipment to use, but my personal favorite is the Swiss version of the Kar 98, which is why I'm just going to refer to it as the Kar 98, and a Lehman, since the Lehman can quickly be equipped to deal with panicking civilians. The Kar 98 is a workhorse of destruction, especially since if you press C, it does a bash, which instantly opens doors. Who couldn't forget that it's god tier at breaching rooms since it has motherfucking pinpoint accuracy. This is a breaching game. A good breaching game. Use spacebar to interact and F to shout, which will send a command to the enemies that if they don't get the hell down and zip-tied, they will be killed. They will try to shoot you if they have a weapon and can sometimes have a knife. If they charge you with a knife and you don't kill them in time, they'll start stabbing you and the game kills them for you because if you're playing solo, there isn't a friend to shoot them for you. If they have a weapon, they will almost always use it immediately. The soldiers usually have so much clutter on them that you won't see the rifle on their back, but they're soldiers so you still know anyways. If you have zip ties, you can cuff the hostages and they can't move or attack without your intervention. So I personally like to lead hostages outside the room where all their dead colleagues are and lay them down in another clean room, which sometimes isn't possible since there's so many piles of shit everywhere, so I'll just leave them in the hallway. That way, when the naval rescue party arrives to find those soldiers that just got cleared by one guy, they'll easily find the hostages, not dead from starvation just because no one was bothered to open the janitor's closet in a while. If the hostages get away, they'll run into the blocked hallways, disappear, and the alarm will sound. If you go loud, more soldiers will spawn in each room, which is way better than the old version. I remember whenever you would get caught, the soldiers would just spawn in random all over the hallways. So that's great, it was fixed. For this first section, you have to find a key card in an open door, which sometimes means you have to check every single door in this hallway just to find it, which is not a complaint because I have a gun, and if there are more rooms to check, I'll find more enemies and more chances to use the gun. In fact, I usually just clear all the rooms anyways. After that, we find a control room, open a blast door, and now we're on the roof. You go down below a roof shack and find a radio and some C4. You then go back into an office area. Now, this part is weird because in my experience, when you enter this room, there's only a 10% chance of enemies spawning, but it doesn't matter if they're bad guys.
'Cause we're just gonna kill them!
We place the bombs and complete the mission. Yep, that was it. Actually playing the game is obviously way longer, but yeah, that's the mission. As I've said before, it is heavily implied this is not Earth's normal politics. Dominion, Gason, and Nusian forces. Now, I don't want to go into all of this because I have no clue whether this lore is a community expected preset by Roblox or if the creator of this game came up with it themselves, so I just read an AI overview. Please forgive me. Gason is a Robloxian subspecies resembling dummies that are native to the dry dune of Ariska. That region is rich in natural resources including Gason steel. Dominion is suffering from political and social tensions with Gason, especially because of the annexation of Gason by Nusian. Annexation means to tack on your own territory to one else's. Nusian has a complex relationship with Gason due to the Gason independence movement. All of this lore has ties to the game, Dummies vs. Noobs, a game made by Megado. As I've said, I'm not going to play Dummies vs. Noobs, but I do want to say that when I was researching all of this, I came to a terrifying conclusion that lies deep within the second chapter of the game. The Spice Plant. Your squad is sent to neutralize suspicious activity in an abandoned spice treatment plant.
Nope, sorry. Nope, federal property. Not allowed here.
It is eerily quiet in this level, especially this hallway. I mention it because there's another voice line the characters can say. Hey, what do you think will happen to these guys after the war? Either dead or homeless. The plant has been overtaken by Gason forces, and there is even a boss battle down here. Google describes this thing as being piloted by a Dominion. Strange. Another thing unsettling that I noticed was this. Guess were alternate accounts you could play on Roblox back when you didn't have an account. You could just play this. Guests have a text on their back that tells you to sign up in order to customize your character. The soldiers in level 1 are guests. These Gasons are, well, dummies. This whole game is a fucking race war and I love it. This all being said, you play as a Nusian soldier, and it's described in level 1's description that the Nusian force that you were in abandoned you. Avadis and Kalar, all part of Fire Team 6. They also find a random named Casca, and they all grab new weapons and armor, which further proves the race war, as even though you theoretically should be disguised as them, they still know who you are. Maybe these deserve the war. This dumbass lady took one look at a vodka-deprived Slav aiming a primitive World War I Kar 98 directly at her fucking skull, and she didn't want to surrender. This G-Man want to be, I'm literally not going to touch on. I have no theories rather than that he's the leader of one of the three empires, and is that a figment of Eras's imagination? Don't know, don't care. There is one more thing I do want to touch on, something you've probably noticed, the media player. Yes, that media player effect combined with the loadout selection wasn't me, it's the game itself. You've definitely noticed this, that it's a helmet cam game. All this and the grim reality of the game so far, I have one more haunting theory to make. Not even a theory, just a genuine fact. All these recordings on the helmet cam are being replayed. That's nothing new, so what's special about this? Well, unlike most media surrounding the found footage genre, this one is about war. It makes me think that we're playing as a former soldier who decided to search through his old helmet cams, maybe even suffering from PTSD on top of it. I just wanted to point that out. The media player is very dark how I see it. A truth that this war, even if it's just Roblox, happened at one point. War does happen and people do look back on it. In a bad way, or good. Thank you all so much for watching. This video was a pain to make, but probably so was the game, but the developer and I have a crucial difference. One put in more effort. Easily Mikado Studios. Thank you again. This was Max. Now I'm going back to school.